I'm Damien and welcome on my guitar lesson YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about three finger chords. So we'll be using three fingers for certain chords that we're going to learn here today. First chord we're going to work on is the E major chord, or E chord. So I'm going to place my middle finger on string 5, fret 2. My third finger will come on string 4, fret 2. And my first finger will come on string 3, fret 1. And we can play all the strings. So try to work out to have a nice and clear sound, no muted strings. You have to move your left hand to get that good sound. And always remember, press on the top of your fingers. Just like this. So something else you have to think about. A lot of people think we have to place first finger, or pointer, in chords. I strongly believe that that's a big mistake. I rather recommend placing the finger that comes on the top of the strings. So here, for this chord, I'll be placing first my middle finger on string 5, fret 2, like this. Third finger on string 4, fret 2, and after the pointer. With time and practice, you're going to go faster. But if you go slowly, and always remember that you're most of the time strumming down, whatever the strumming pattern will be. You're strumming down here, so middle, third, first. Sometimes what happens is that if you place your first finger and you want to strum chords, your brain's going to send you a signal saying, nope, don't play. You have to wait till you have the other fingers on. And that's sometimes why we hear chord movements like. So that's not good. So try to follow my method and place first the top fingers here. So middle finger string 5, fret 2, third finger on string 4, fret 2, and first finger on string 3, fret 1. So in this order here, if I go slowly like this. So when you're going to go faster, it's going to look like this. Okay? There's another chord with three fingers we can learn. It's the A minor. So the cool thing also about A minor is that we have the same fingering shape, but not on the same strings. So I'm going to place for A minor, I'm going to place my middle finger on string 4, fret 2, right here. My third finger on string 3, fret 2. My first finger on string 2, fret 1. And I'll be starting strumming on string 5 here. Because the root of the chord is in note A, and this is A string. I like calling all those easy chords, I have another name, it's called the $1 million chords, or the $1 million chords. Because with all those easy three-finger chords, or in the previous video, the two-finger chords, you can play thousands of songs with always the same chords. So it's very important to learn all those basic chords here. So let's come back to A minor. Now the game would be trying to play E and after A minor. Let's give a try on that. So E. Now A minor. And I'm going to play again E, A minor, E, A minor. And after, you can try to go faster once you master those two chords. Good. Two other chords we should see are the C chord. So this is another C chord you're going to discover right here. I'm going to place my third finger on string 5, fret 3. My middle finger comes on string 4, fret 2, and my first finger comes on string 2, fret 1. So here I'm going to be strumming down, starting on string 5. This is the C, this is the root of the chord. So try to work it out. So you might have some muted strings like this. That's because the palm of your left hand is touching the neck. That's not a good thing. You have to open up your hand a little bit here and always try to have a little distance here between the neck and the palm of your left hand. Okay, and always place on the top of your fingers. Remember, don't have your guitar going down like that. It won't work. That's just for the pictures. Place it up a little bit more like this. And your thumb, don't place it like that. Place it rather behind your middle finger, somehow close to the middle finger. And work out the sound till it's nice and smooth. Okay, I got it. Do you have it? If you don't have it, keep on practicing. There's another chord we should see. It's the F major 7 and also the F chord. Interesting chords with C and F major 7 F, they have the same shape with the same fingering, but they're not on the same strings, except for your first finger. So if you ever encounter those two chords, C and F, don't take off your first finger. But now let's have a look at the F major 7. I'm going to place my third finger on string 4, fret 3. My middle finger comes on string 3, fret 2, and my first finger comes on string 2, fret 1. I'll be starting strumming on string 4. And I'm letting ring string 1. If you play by accident string 5, that's fine because you have an A in your F major chord, F major 7 chord or A major chord. Okay? You have to press a little bit harder to have a nice and clear sound. Okay, if you want to have also just the F chord, then you have to slightly mute the first finger like this. So you're kind of playing with the sound and I'm just strumming from string 4 to string 2. Maybe you've done that by accident on F major 7. Anyway, you have the color of the F. So that's the most important thing to have. Okay, if your F works, now we can move on, trying to shift and change from C to F, or F major 7. So let's start with C. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we change. F major 7, 2, 3, 4. Come back to C. 2, 3, 4, and F major 7. 2, 3, 4. You probably noticed that I'm moving two fingers at the same time. So I'm moving my third and middle finger like this. One string each lower. Okay? Don't move your first finger. Keep it on. It's better like that. So take your time practicing this exercise. It's very important to learn all those basic chords. Good. When you master those chords, you can move on to the two next chords here. We're going to have a look at the G chord. This is a new G. I know you've already seen two other Gs. In this G here, we're going to place middle finger on string 6, fret 3, first finger on string 5, fret 2, and I'm going to place my third finger on string 1, fret 3. So you probably recognize the two-finger chord we've seen previously in the previous video lesson here. So using finger 2 and 1. So here we're adding the third finger here. There's lots of other G chords. And you're going to strum all the strings here. For now, just strum down. If you're not comfortable with your third finger, you can use your pinky. But most of people are going to use their third finger. Good. The next chord we're going to see is the D chord. So D chord, here's the order of placement of fingers I recommend. We're going to start first with first finger here on string 3, fret 2. I will place after my third finger on string 2, fret 3. And after that, I'm going to place my middle finger on string 1, fret 2. Remember the D2, D5 chord we've seen before? We were using this fingering here. So now here we go. We're going to add this middle finger here on string 1, fret 2. And I'm strumming starting on string 4. If you play string 5 by accident, that's fine. So if you're having a muted sound like this, it's because you're not either pressing hard enough on your fingers, you have your fingernails too long probably, or you're blocking because your wrist is not in a good position here. So you have to try to combine those three efforts here. Okay, so if I wanted to move from D to G, here you don't really have fingers in common in those two chords. So how would I work it out? If I have my D first, I would play my D, and after to play my G, I would place first my middle finger, first finger, and third finger. Okay, this is a bit more interesting. I don't use the word hard or difficult. I always say it's interesting. All my students know that already. D, and we're moving to G. 2, 1, 3. Let's go back to D. G. D. The more you're going to practice, the easier it's going to be. But you have to practice. Nothing's easy. You have to put a lot of time in practicing chords. Once you know it, it's just like learning how to ride a bicycle. It will always come back. Okay, so now you've learned some basic three-finger chords. So you're probably going to see them in a lot of chord songs. You'll be more prepared for playing them. So just practice them the way I just did it there. And if you're trying to practice a song, try to use the same method. I'm sure it's going to help you to learn the songs much more better. I hope you enjoyed this new video lesson. Please don't forget to subscribe to my guitar lesson YouTube channel. And take your time reviewing all the videos. There's always something new to learn.